What's good, YouTube land? We're diving back into Generation Selects, and also right out of my nightmares. It's a character I honestly never thought they would bring back. He's been sitting up here for a while. It's goddamn Transmutate. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Transmutate, appeared in Season 2, because the stasis pod, there were a bunch of stasis pods were in the maximal ship. And the one containing Transmutate malfunctioned, something, don't remember exactly, but Transmutate came out horribly deformed, incomplete, without the ability to scan a beast mode, just sort of a very creepy robot design. Was around for a couple episodes. Was the whole story of the conflict between Rampage and Depth Charge. And honestly, I've been putting off this video because I was trying to get a hold of a Beast Wars Rampage, but that'll happen where it actually happens. But then, with a good old mommy, Transmutate died. And now it's been resurrected in the current line of generations. Who thought this was a good idea? Anyway, surprisingly, Transmutate did actually have a Beast Wars toy. Mind you, it was, you had to buy a bunch of other toys who all had pieces that you could plug together to create Transmutate. But it did technically have a toy originally. And now it's sitting in this brown box with an Autobot symbol for some reason. And yeah, okay, let's get it open. That was odd. This joke would work better if this box would actually close on me properly. Get here we go. And here we go with... Oh, jeez. I constantly forget what this toy looks like. So here's Transmutate, who I'll try and make sure is not the thumbnail, hopefully, to save everyone. It's like fucking putting in the VHS of The Ring. Okay, so this is not a new figure. It's actually just a repaint with a new head of Wave 1 Paleotrex. So it is the farthest thing from on-screen accuracy. And now I don't think Transmutate appeared in the Netflix show. So I don't think this is accurate to that either, but it's the best they could do besides making a brand new body, and I really don't think they were going to give that much to this character. The sort of, actually, non-character, because it wasn't a character, it was a plot point, as I mentioned. So the only thing that's accurate is fucking that face. Like, goddamn! I know it's a robot, but really, do you have to go all not Independence Day? What's the robot movie with Will Smith? That's exactly like it painted in brown, but that's pretty much what that reminds me of. Fucking, I can't remember the name of it, but where the robots go all crazy. But other than that, it's in this quite gaudy shade of gold plastic, which, if this were made back in the Beast Wars era, this would fucking crumble to bits. Thank you, gold plastic syndrome, for no longer being a thing. And this turquoise, not quite allspark blue, just, I guess this is close enough to the shade of blue they used for it, but it's a very odd choice. And besides that, they've got a T-Rex head on their back, and there's nothing else remolded. Oh, the Predacon symbol is gone. That's something, I guess, worth noting on its chest, which this chest plate has also always looked like a face. So it's not making it less creepy. Also, let's bring back Paleotrex for another Oh, I didn't mean to show that off yet. Comparison in the sort of default robot mode. Rack tonight. And Fracture. There you go. There's your comparisons. It also gets just the same tail weapon molded in this same blue. Now, I've seen quite a few fan modes for this, which are a bit closer to screen accuracy, like different proportion, because Transmutate didn't have a hand. Like, one of its hands wasn't a hand. It honestly kind of looked like a gun thing. Like, it looked like this shape, at least on the original. So I may try and fan mode my own version of that, but I don't remember enough to go here, so we'll just look at the default robot mode. I do want to mention one feature. In the show, Transmutate's main attack was a sonic scream. It would open its mouth wide and kind of do the Black Canary Sindel from Mortal Kombat thing. This toy can replicate that. I don't know if you're ready for this, but... Ah, fuck, no! At that point, if I was smart enough, I would insert a sound effect of a scream. Again. Yeah, I do appreciate the fact that they reworked the the face-changing gimmick from Paleotrex to make it work as an actual opening mouth. And that's even fucking creepier! Like, hi, kill me now. Also, what is up with that on the top of its head? I don't know. But other than that, this is still a solid mold as a skeletal dinosaur robot sort of thing. It's basically as solid as the previous mold. It hasn't suffered from degradation yet. So much so that they also released it in a purple version called Skeletor. I still kind of want to get that, but I guess we'll talk about articulation. You also have a head side-to-side swivel. It's on a peg. If you want to put its head in somebody else's hand, you can. As a head mace screaming weapon. Oh God, what am I doing? It's like that gun from Borderlands 2. The the gun that you guys remember, right? The gun that constantly talks and is very annoying and slows you down. You do get a shoulder swivel on a mushroom peg on each side that both like to pop out. You do get a bicep swivel on one side, although the elbow also has a swivel that you can use as a bicep swivel. You do get full elbow range, full wrist, all the way, even opening hand articulation. You do get a waist swivel. You get forward and backwards hips. Go farther backwards. You go all the beyond all the way out. You do get a thigh. Well, yes, a thigh swivel is actually up here. You do get a knee swivel and a knee hinge, along with that if you want to use it. And you do have a heel spur. So, articulation is very much the same. Nothing really changes. It's just so bizarre that they actually released this character. Anyway, I guess we have to get to transformation, and for that, there's, oh, I forgot to mention there's, oh God, its head can go even further back and forward, so it's on a forward and backward hinge. That doesn't make me feel any better. I would rather I'd rather solve the thing that summons Pinhead, freaking whatever it's called, than have to keep opening that mouth. So I have to transform those three back there. Maybe I'll put something relaxing in to sort of use as a palate cleanser, but we'll be right back after something relaxing, I hope.
No hurt.
Time to go back to the Matrix, hero. Slow! Transmutate!
Stop! Stop!
Okay, so to transform this abomination, see video about Paleotrex, but no, we'll actually. So take the weapon out of its hand, rip its shoulders off, rip its chest plate off, and rip its pants off. So rotate the head and unpeg the dino head. Have it scream into the endless night. Hope. Oh God. Oh jeez. Okay, so take this section, peg that, plug it into that, rip off its shins, take the thigh pieces, and plug them into the body. This will form the main body. And that's what you get from there. So take this section, rip that off, plug it in like that. And you can also plug the tail in and take it from behind. And also, this piece can just sit under there and take each of these, make sure they're like that, and plug them into one of these. It doesn't really matter what you do, but I just tend to line up all this stuff on one side so it kind of looks a bit cleaner. And then plug it in here and just sort of mess with it until you find a decent leg position. Do the same thing on the other side. And there we have Transmutate in its brand new beast mode. I guess it could have scanned this in some version of the events. Who knows? Maybe it shows up in the Beast Wars comic. I don't know. I haven't finished reading all the ones that are out yet because I barely ever read comics. I buy comics, I barely ever read them. But yeah, seeing as Transmutate didn't have a beast mode in the cartoon, this is kind of clutching at straws. And also, it just looks fucking hilarious. We've gone past the point of realistic skeletal T-Rex and into what the fuck? Anyway, I guess we'll talk about the head. It definitely is a head that still has a head. So I guess it can scream even better. Ah! But again, nothing is remolded besides the head from Paleotrex. Except I think I prefer this one's color scheme. It looks a bit more uniform and put together. Anyway, here's little Fracture Raptor along with Ractonite. Articulation. The head has an opening jaw, and it has some range of motion. It does have a neck, and it has a tiny bit of a swivel back here at that panel. Everything's too far away. These arms are ball jointed. They have tiny little blue arms. And everything else that was available in the robot mode. Swivel, hinge, hip, knee, ankle, toe. Not sure which mode it works better in, but yeah, there's really nothing different, nothing hindered. It can do the splits. It can kick itself in the back of the head. So, yeah, I think that I don't know what else I can say about this mold. I did a video all the way back when Kingdom started. And honestly, I don't feel like showing weapon modes because this is an established Beast Wars character with a pathos and all that kind of stuff, and I just... A, it would take too long, B, it's not really that interesting. Because we've already seen it with Paleotrex, and if you want to watch that video for more info, you can go watch that video. It might be linked in the description, I don't know. But I think I'm going to keep Transmutate in robot mode. Because that was the only mode it showed up in the show. So do I recommend this? Would you like nightmares? Do you already have nightmares? Would you like more nightmares? Get the plastic equivalent of Nightmare on Elm Street that's not a model of Freddy Krueger. If not, maybe not. If you don't care about this character, this might not be the repaint for you. But I've just made a video on it, all for the purposes of that one Scream joke at the start, and now I don't know what to do. What I do need, though, is the Magma repaint of Ractonite, the proper maximal version, and then combine it with this and something you'll see in a later video that I haven't recorded or released yet. And we'll talk about that thing in said video, but it has been announced that all three main, I'm not going to show the third one, but the three main deluxe boner bots, I'm still going with that name, thank you, Age, can actually combine into one proper combiner. Mind you, in the deluxe regular retail waves, they gave us 2 Predacons and a Maximal. Like hell, I'm going to combine a Maximal with 2 Predacons. So, maybe I'll get that Generation Select at some point, and we'll do a proper combiner, maybe in a separate video. I don't know. I just can't believe the fact that Transmutate actually made a comeback. Because the only other toy, besides that Beast Wars one, they did sort of a pre-Beast Wars Cybertronian version of Transmutate as a repaint from whatever toy, I can't remember, I think it was a motorcycle or something. So, yeah, just the freaking novelty factor of this horror show coming back was definitely enough for me to buy it. Is it enough for everyone? I don't know. Do you want a Transformer who can do this? Who can scream high heaven roaring back like that? I think you do. So, until next time, I'm going to try and go get some sleep and not think about this thing. Bye. Keep it weird, but this might be too weird.